quarterback who makes a sure tackle. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Pocket starts to collapse. Caught in the backfield, it's Jordan. Still running at the 40. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
And with the lead late in this game, how about going play action? The run fake just freezes the defenders for a split second, helps make the throw a whole lot easier. They get the 1st down and tick, 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 tick.
I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to prove a point. And David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team and you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that hate, and you just pour it out on the field.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack. The Monarchs will kick it away to start us off.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Stay in your lane. Come on now, hit him hard. Hit him hard.
Let's go, tighten up.
On the move from inside his own 20. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He'll keep it himself. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a 1st down.
Leaves it with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Here we go. Ready?
The give out of the gun. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it.
And how about that call? You're right around midfield, 4th down on your opening drive. So you run the football and you put your trust and confidence in your offensive line up front to get it done and keep your offense on the field. That is impressive.
Let's go.
And the Mountaineers have their offense in high gear.
White 53.
When they've got him looking run, now to pass. He'll let one go down the right side. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
They move the tight end all over. Back to throw, it's Penix. Firing to the right, complete. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work.
Get ready.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Slips a tackle. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Man, that's so frustrating, and it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Here we go.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Open space at the 25. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
What a great run there. On 3rd and 1 situation, though, David, that has got to be demoralizing for a defense because they were packed up close to the line of scrimmage, expecting run on that one.
They're playing aggressive, but great offenses have the ability in predictable situations like 3rd and 1 to get 1st downs.
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
Well, really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed and with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime.
Ready.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down.
Here we go. Set.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. The Mountaineers will keep this drive going.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these 1st downs any way you can, and sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football is a game of inches, and you've just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them out.
Break.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. The wide receiver shows motion. To the air, it's Jordan. Trying to get to him. Dances away. And they got him for the sack. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play, clock running. They'll try to get it through the air. Trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it at the 30. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And you can see why it's so tricky for a defense to have to stop these draw plays. Everything the offense is doing is telling you pass. The quarterback, the offensive line, the running backs delaying. You've taken your deep drop in coverage, and now you've got to rally and find the football and do it trying to avoid these big 300-pound bodies running at you full speed. Not an enviable task.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, App State.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Looking downfield, it's Penix. Moves away as he feels pressure. He's looking on the right side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be check down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're rolling out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from one side to where you're rolling out to. The field kind of shrinks, and it kind of becomes a little bit of backyard ball. And you could tell he forced that one in there. Didn't get the interception, thank goodness, but it wasn't a great decision.
Just enough time for one final play in this half.
Ready? Set.
Going up top on first down. Now improvising. Quarterback moving. He'll turn it loose out to the right. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. And the Mountaineers will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Slips through the line. He goes out of bounds at the 40 after an excellent return.
Let's go.
Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field.
Let's go.
Not a lot of scoreboard fireworks from these guys in the first half, but they've got a chance here after making some halftime adjustments.
Yeah, and remember, it just takes one play to kick the door open, and all of a sudden there's a lot more confidence again. So which guy on this offense can hit the big home run and break this thing open?
Well, and the good thing is it's such a low-scoring game. I'm still very much in this. I can be who I am, make a few tweaks, make a few adjustments, and get this offense rolling.
He leaves it with his back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Got him downfield. Afterburner's coming. Breaks a tackle and he's got room. Touchdown, Monarchs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, tight ends do so much for your offense. They block like crazy. You pull them, you use them all over the place. And when you got a guy that can do this, it's just the cherry on top of the sundae, making big plays, going half the field plus to get the big touchdown.
Trying to find it in the sun, and he muffed it. They got him in the end zone for a safety, just an inexplicable lapse of judgment to go back into his own end zone.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this off.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Back to throw, it's Penix. They're bringing heat. He's going to take off. At the 35, he's got room.
He does a really good job here. You want to get a huge play. You got to push the ball down the field. You need a bunch of yards. But wait a minute. Now he can just tuck it, scramble, go get you a bunch of yards. Now put you in a great 3rd down situation. Real heads-up play by the quarterback.
Getting some heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. I don't know if this is the time for this type of risk. Offense going for it inside its own 40. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the 1st down. Got a lot of running room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the 1st down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the 1st down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good, and then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push pass.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, ODU. He didn't see anyone open. Said, no problem. I'll take care of it myself.
Yeah, I've been there before. Been there, done that. Not my first rodeo. I've been in this kind of situation. Down by the goal line, I'm getting outside, and I'm taking it in myself.
Easton!
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man to go.
Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Give to the back. He'll slither through and pick up 3 and get it out to the 10-yard line.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
To the air, it's Jordan. Zings it complete to the right. Powers through the defender. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Here we go.
New set of downs after that completion. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
Ready?
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period.
Let's go. Ready?
He wants to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And imagine the defense in this scenario, right? You're up by 1 possession. You need to get to the quarterback. You've got to affect him. You're going to blitz or you're going to try to win one-on-one up front. They did it that time, hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Dino.
Here comes the offense on second down.
Get ready. Social.
He's looking to throw. Fires one high and deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play. So nice job in coverage.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, he loves to fire downfield.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quarterback checking the play. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw, it's Penix. Oh, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
Kick is good, and the offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that will extend their lead even further. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Here we go.
They'll line up for a second down play.
Alamo. White 29.
He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Judkins.
You know, I think at this situation in the game, trailing like they are with only a couple minutes to go, short throws aren't going to get it done. You're going to have to be a lot more aggressive and start taking chances if you want to give yourself a chance to win this game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. He's got his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Trying to find his man on 1st down. He's moving out of the pocket. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
All right, let's get it.
Line getting set on 2nd down.
Black 14. Check. Black 93 Wizard.
He wants to throw it again. He's going up top here late in the game. And he makes the catch inside the 15. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Strikes the blow. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible.
All right,
The Mountaineers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal.
Check. Red 7, blue.
Got his man on the right. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. And the Mountaineers want to pick up the tempo. They'll run it into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Looking for a man, it's Jordan. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. "45 seconds left to go, and the whole thing pretty much comes down to this onside kick.
Once again, we gotta get it done as a group. Come on.
I got you. That's what it is. That's what it is. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they ball's out. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Okay, 1-possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
Trying to get behind the defense. Fires into traffic, intercepted. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you got to score, you got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost him.
Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in